Kenson gets 2 goals each from Ryan Herpy and John Bardo to record a 4-1 win over two-time Barron Cup 3 champion Notre Dame Cathedral Latin on Thursday night in an all-area first-round game down at the Kent District. It's always easy for us to make the assumption when you have a Blue Division team against Red or GLHL foes that it's going to be a long night for the Blue team, but every so often you get those rare instances, those special Blue teams that if they play their cards right, you get the sense that they can hang. And in this instance, they did. NDCL had a good accounting of itself, but to Kenson's credit, they were able to stave it off there in the third period, especially on the penalty kill, and move on to next weekend against another squad from the News-Herald coverage area in Gilmore. The Bombers jump out to a 2-0 lead after the opening period. Ryan Herpy lit the lamp twice there, and I love watching Ryan play, and one of the things that really impresses me about him as a standout two-way defenseman is he never gets rattled on the puck. He forecheck, back check, special teams, even strength, whatever situation it may be, he never gets knocked off the puck. You can play the body, but he does very well to maintain his balance, know when to move his feet, and when to look for the right pass, when to look for the right shot, and that's a credit to him as a hockey player. He has great hockey sense, and he was able to get a couple goals there in the first period. The second one, quality cross-ice feed there from Jonathan Wiegand, and Ryan goes to the backhand there on the right side of the crease to make it a 2-0 game. But NDCL needed some things to fall into place in order to keep this a dogfight into the third period, and a lot of those things happened for the Lions. That second line play needed to be good, and it was. Jared Chipolone and company had some really good high-energy shifts throughout this game to keep it a low-scoring, close dogfight. That's what they needed. The entire team, they fought for pucks along the boards. They had their moments with breakouts here and there, especially those 2 pass breakouts, going to the circle from the backboards and then going through the neutral zone, as opposed to those more ambitious breakouts trying to just go right into the neutral zone. NDCL had its moments with that, was able to create some space on the wings as a result of that. We're getting some pucks to the net here and there, and they were able to get that goal there, a big goal there, a shorthanded tally from Joe Idamarco in the second period to make it a 2-1 game. Joe was able to dig a puck out there well in the waning seconds of a penalty kill. Deflects off a skate and goes in, but it counts just the same. And also goaltender Bobby Zool, I got to give some credit there as well. You look at it, young man is a first-year goaltender. He's been developing all year, but here's his one of his few opportunities against a Red Division opponent, and he came up with some timely saves to keep it a 2-1 game going into the third, especially there in the final minute of the second period. Herpy had a slapper. Bardo, if memory serves, had a good look at a wrister from the left circle as well. Zoll was able to come up with a save on the Herpy slapper, and then Bardo, a nice pad save there to keep it a 2-1 game going into the third. The big key in the third was Kenson's penalty kill. They were put, especially when they were put in a 5-on-3 instance there midway through the period. NDCL was able to get its cycle going a little bit, but the positioning of those guys on that 5-on-3 was tremendous. Obviously, you don't want to have to be reliant and overly reliant on your penalty kill, but Kenson stepped up big time tonight to deliver the victory here as they were able to get a couple goals there down the stretch from Bardo, a wrister midway through the period, and then an empty netter at the end for the final margin. So nice win for Kenston. They move on to next week against Gilmore. We'll try to have a good accounting of themselves there in their own right in a lower division versus higher division theoretically matchup there. But I got to give credit to NDCL here. What a fantastic campaign they've had, setting a school record for wins. This senior class, no shame in going out by playing an opponent 2 divisions higher than you and having an accounting of yourselves like this. Gray Wilson has been such a rock for that program throughout his career. Joe, in the year and a half that he's been there, has been tremendous and has been a great leader for the Lions as well. These guys who are graduating went out with a flourish tonight. Being able to play a higher division opponent within 2-1 in the third period, what a testament to them, and what a great season that they've had. But great job by the Bombers staving it off down the stretch. It wasn't easy, and it was chippy, but they were able to pull it out. They're a 4-1 win over NDCL on Thursday night.